Yo, yo, yo. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Lonzo Starr, CEO and founder of Konkret Comics. Write up some of your favorite titles: The Legendary Acolyte, Zoriel, Liberty Knights, Organic Chrissy, just to name a few. You know what I'm saying? Just to name a few. We are back with another Konkret Approved, and I got somebody really special with me today. This is a Konkret Approved Kickstarter edition as well, so y'all know what that means. There is a book out there for you guys to grab and go consume. And Tarik, if you could drop that into the comment section, by the way. Shout out to everybody on IG as well. We see y'all tapping in on there. Everybody that's watching, please drop a comment on the chat. Let us know who's in here with us. We see we got some folks in. Where we at, man? So we got a couple of YouTube in here. We got some Facebook in here. Yeah, man, tap in. Let us know where you watching from and what you got going on. Without further ado, man, this guy here is a legendary artist, writer, creator, designer, colorist. I could just keep going, right? Letterer, graphic designer. He does everything, man. He's like the Iron Man of comics. He's ridiculous, man. Without further ado, the legendary Tarik Holmes, y'all.
What up, y'all? I do wear a lot of hats, by the way, so appreciate you for all the titles. Oh my goodness, it's good to be here. How y'all doing?
Nah, bro, it's dope, man. I'm glad to finally have you on the show. As you know, I've been trying to get you on the show for a minute. But here
Yes,
you are, right? Here
yes,
you are. You are
yes.
here, bro. Without further
In the
ado.
in the flesh, I'm finally here. So it's a great opportunity. So thank y'all for for putting me in this platform. So appreciate y'all.
No, that's dope, man. We definitely gonna touch on a lot of topics. We're gonna talk about your Kickstarter that is launched right now and actually is doing pretty good. And we're definitely gonna tap into all that, man. But before we do that, I want to really get into who you are and why you are, man. So my first question for you tonight is, what is your origin story?
What is my origin story? So, as I when I was young, I always had a passion for art and for drawing. Um, my first inspiration was, funny enough, it wasn't comic books. It was actually the cartoons. I was my uncles and my cousins were well into the cartoons, so like some of the '90s classics like Daredevil, Spidey's Amazing Friends. Um, the Incredible Hulk, both the live version, the show, and the animated version. So now from there, I grew such a passion for. I was like, I would like to draw these characters, and I like to because I love the story. I love some of those superheroes. So since that time, as time goes on, I started doodling with my own little sketchbook, and my uncle would see me every time I come to school, be in my sketchbook, just drawing whatever, characters, stuff in the world. And so I grew up starting, I think as time goes on by middle school, I knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to be working in the entertainment field, whether if it's animation, whether if it's drawing, whether if it's graphic design, that was kind of like my area of expertise because, I have such a profound, um, you know, um, way of I just love creating stuff. I had a creative mind, and so that's what lured me into studying animation. I went to Full Sail University as a student. I went there for a bachelor's degree. I started in computer animation, and then I also worked on IT, animation, information technology during my studies, so forth. And I worked with various companies. I freelanced with other people, just to name a few. Vetra over in California. I worked with people like 4 Productions, Wingless Comics, just to name a few. But I was kind of like branching my way into the industry, trying to like not only find space but find my place in the world because I just love drawing, I love creating stuff, and I love being in the presence of just animating something. So from there, that's where I found my passion, just by following on the path of just doing what I love to do.
That's fire, man. Real quick shout out to Team No Weak Bodies, watching from YouTube, watching from Clementon, New Jersey, man. Shout out to Clementon, New Jersey. I'm actually not too far from there. I'm in central New Jersey, man, so I know right where you're at. You're an inspiring story writer, first time tuning in, and I also enjoy reading comics. I want to support Black owned independent comics. Bro, you couldn't be in a better place than right here with us right now, man. Because we are
Yep.
independent Black creators, Black publishers, and we have some of the dopest stories in the world, man. So we definitely want to stay in touch with you, Team No Weak Bodies. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, and also follow us on all our social medias. You should see the link in the bio as well. Um, so with this origin story question, I do have a question on it. Do you remember your first drawing?
Yes. I actually remember my first two drawings, and it's funny. My first drawing was Spider-Man, of course. I grew up watching the movies, the original Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans, and then I
Mhm.
started watching the '90s show as well. So my first drawing was Spider-Man because I love the character. I love the look with the classic red and blue costume. And then my second drawing was Batman because I was watching the animated Batman series, the classic one with forgot the name of the guy that played the character, but that was my two superheroes at the time that I was really invested in. So I remember very vaguely because I think after that, when I started drawing, my uncle noticed it, and
Mhm.
as he see me draw, all those characters, he bought me a Batman tutorial book, how to draw Batman from the animated series, and so that's where I was like, oh shoot, I could draw more characters. I got Batman, I got Penguin, I got all these other villains in the book. So, but yeah, I remember very frequently that was like my first go-to characters.
What was your first time drawing, like your first comic page?
My first comic page, I would say it's tricky because in elementary school, I did what's called a graphic novel where I was writing the stuff, and that was kind of like my first experience like drawing the pages so far. And but as for the comic book stuff, that was into middle school. Middle school was kind of like, so I had this idea of what drawing a superhero, and then as I was socializing with my friends, because some of my friends are also into comic books, and they were like, well, why don't you just make your own comic book? And I'm like, duh, that makes sense. So
Hmm.
from there, I started working on just doing little comic strips, and eventually turned into a book. So I would say around between like when I started middle school is when my friends kind of got me into actually doing a comic book, and that was like my first experience. Not my greatest, but hey, it's the first for everything.
That's dope, man. How you started,
Yeah.
getting finding out how people got into the game is amazing. And I guess that'll be another question on top of this: is when did you know you wanted to take this industry completely serious and just dive all the way in?
Um, I would say high school. So I grew up in I went to this high school that was well versed into technology. They had advanced classes for those that wanted to be creative. So they had of course art classes, they had graphic design class, they got an animation class, and they also had a graphic design class. I took all of those because I'm like, hey, shoot, that's right up my alley. And so right throughout that class, people were seeing that, I was doing all these kind of projects. We did a sketchbook, and I was doing a lot more with the sketchbook, doing my sketches and actually design. We were taking notes, and I would like creatively make the letters, kind of fonts for the letters, and try to like add some color to it. So from there, my teachers brought it up and said, you should really start looking into doing, graphic design or animation, look into that area because you're really well versed on the material. I said, that's a good idea. And so throughout high school, my teachers would kind of like train me. They got me to knowing all the materials. So I learned I was well versed in the Adobe products. So we worked on Photoshop. We did Acrobat, Adobe. At that time, it was Adobe. It's Adobe Flash animation program, but now they call it Adobe Animate. But they trained me in all the stuff for Adobe. They taught me how to do website design. They taught me how to create flyers and social media stuff. So kind of like get me on the and basically get all the P's and Q's about what it is to be a graphic designer. And so through there, that's when I started looking into finding a school that was right up my alley in terms of animation, and that's when I found out. At first, I went to Artist Institute, and then after the Artist Institute, that's when I went to Full Sail University, and from there, that's where I officially said, this is what I want to do for life. I want to start creating. I want to start doing animation and graphic design, whatever the case may be. This is when from my experience in high school, that's when I knew this is what I want to do for life. So I followed up my dream.
That's fire, man. Well, when did you know you wanted to drop the comic books? When did you know you wanted to be, a publisher?
I would say around COVID time is right around when, because I had this idea before of creating my own superhero, and just when kind of Atlas got along, because I had this idea of this water-based character, and I was like, in middle school, I was trying to make something of it, but it was just kind of like, whatever, and I kind of put on the back burner because it wasn't really on my radar. And so right around when COVID happened is when everything kind of shut down. And at that time, I was reading comic books. I was reading the main two, Marvel and DC. And at this some point in time, a lot of books wasn't really kind of going what I wanted to go, so I wasn't really feeling the story. And that's when, for some reason, I stumbled upon a lot of these independent creators on social media because they were posting all their stories and all their stuff. And I learned that how they were spending their time self-publishing and getting their stuff out there, and people were enjoying the books. And of course, people say, these books are a lot more or better than the other two. So I was like, I wonder if I could do that myself, because I got this character, I got this idea, maybe I should start investing and working on making it as a series. And so I did that. And as I progressed after COVID, I spent a little time learning the fundamentals of publishing, learning the fundamentals of how to make a comic book, how much time it takes, learning how to manage marketing and so forth. So I spent all that time prior to COVID to where I am right now. And that's when I decided, this is really sticking. So I might as well stick with, working on the series. And that's when I started learning to publish. It's been a tremendous journey so far. I think I would say this will be about 4 years now. So since I started self-publishing, 4 years, and it's never been better. It's been better than 4. So a lot of people are starting to, kick in on the series, and they said they love it. They'd like to see more of it. And so I was like, that was kind of like my drive, my motivation. I was like, since the people are enjoying it, I don't want to just stop here. I actually want to continue, working on this stuff because people are loving what I'm putting out there. And so that was kind of like my go-to, saying, you know what, let me just go right ahead and start this off. Let me finish it.
So I got another question for you, man.
Yes, sir.
What are your biggest inspirations?
Ooh, biggest inspirations. I would say my biggest inspirations, no joke, I would say Concrete is one of them. Because Concrete was...
Don't do that.
Because I would say Concrete was one of the few people, when I mentioned about seeing the people who are independent during COVID, Concrete was on my radar. Because right around that time, that's when you guys started. And with your series, you had 3 series at the time: Acolyte, Odina, and Absolver. And that's when I was like, oh my God, what is this? Because again, at that time, everything, all the other series I was reading from Marvel and DC and other publishers, crap. I was like, I ain't feeling it. Then I saw what Concrete was putting out. I said, ooh, I need to do something about that. So that's one of my that's one of my inspirations. And of course, Danny Quick over at Fourth Wall was also one of my inspirations. There's some other people in the industry that I look to that also works for Marvel, or at least work for Marvel. Jim Lee, J. Scott Campbell. I actually met with one of the colorists for Marvel, Jason Keith, at one of a Comic-Con. He was very cool. Frank Cho. And there's a lot of people to clean on, but these are people in the industry that I look to as I was in my journey of creating comic books. But these are just to name a few, a lot of people that I look up to get to where I am right now.
That's dope, man. Is there any non-industry people that inspired you as well?
Yes. My family, they always been with me every step of the way. So no matter what idea I have, no matter where direction I'm taking, they're always behind me 100%.
Hmm.
Especially my mom, my aunts, my uncles, my grandpa. They're always there with me because they love what I'm putting out there. So I'm very glad. I thank God for each and one of them for always being with me every step of the way. To all of my friends and peers from high school, from college, that's the ones I still stick up to. I've got a friend over in Florida who's always checking up on me. So he's the one that was kind of like give me the idea to do a comic book. So shout out to him. Shout out to my teachers over at Wholesale and Artisan too that kind of pushed me into doing what I'm doing today. So, but yeah, those people they've been out there since the very beginning. I'll always be grateful to every single one of them.
Well, that's fire, man. Inspirations definitely play a major part in just who we are, who we become, and the stories that we want to tell, man. And as we got
Yeah.
people that are joining in right now, I wanted to double back and play the trailer again for you guys. So uh, to show you the reason why we're here, because again, this is the Concrete Comics, Concrete Approved podcast, but we do a special Kickstarter edition for people that we truly believe in, man. And this is the trailer for Atlas 3 and 4. Check it out. First and foremost,
Sure.
who made that beat, man? Hmm?
You gotta give a shout out to my editor. He did the beat for the trailer, so I gotta give it to him. I think he came along when I was first working on the project. He said, "Listen, man, you gotta get some music for your project." And this is what he put out. I was like, I can't turn this away. This is so good.
And shout out to the comments, man. You're getting a lot of
Yes,
love.
sir.
Shout out to Terrence Branch, another dope creator out here that's been getting it in. I definitely got to get him on the show and just talk about what he's doing. He's been really doing his thing. Shout out to the man of concrete right now. Thad Williams is in the building. You know,
Hey, what up?
make sure y'all go check out his Kickstarter as well. And Tarik played a major part in this Kickstarter and that character Solar, man. So it's just amazing having you on. You got some other comments. You got Morgan Iverson on here. The homies. You got Danny J popped in on here. Yeah. We got
What
the
up, DJ? What up,
Lord,
Danny?
Black Comic Lords founders in here, man. Shout out to Philip. Yeah, nah, bro. That's fire, man. So as we moving on, I got another question for you, brother.
Yes,
So
sir.
why comics, man? Out of all the mediums you could have chose to express your art,
Mhm.
why comics?
Comic books was a way for me to kind of like close the window of reality right now to kind of like immerse into this kind of imaginary but super dope universe. It was kind of like my go-to when in times that when times are kind of like whatever's going on around the world. I just stick to something like combos because combos they got a lot going on, but I love the characters. I love the universe that they're building, and so that's why I grew attached to stuff like Spider-Man and Batman because it's so super dope. So Spider-Man's just like this average person, who's trying to get through life. And at the top of it, he got responsibilities, he got to figure out these powers. And so that's what I grew attached to reading about because I'm like, oh, this is something you never seen before. And, it's something um, that gives me like, a window of just hope in a way, just kind of seeing how there's a lot of themes going on with the world with the comic books and because there's a lot of messages and a lot of themes a lot of things to you know grab hold of and apply it to the world today. And so ever since then, I just grew fond of the characters. I grew fond of my the comics, and I love the storytelling with the comics because you can do so much with the comic books now. The way a lot of these creators are able to kind of like basically you get the guidelines of how to make a comic book, and then you just kind of like do whatever. The way they break the panels and the way they do the action scene. But that's my favorite part, the action scenes. Some of them will have it as a double page spread. Some of them, I know back in the 90 days that you have to flip the book to kind of see the full page. And so Combos was just like a marvelous thing because it was like a type of thing where you just kind of like look at the pages and just marvel at the art. But at the same time, you're getting the story with it. And so that was kind of like a chemical mixture between art and the writing. And so that's why I grew attached to combos because I love the art and I love the storytelling.
How do you stay original in comics? In this industry.
In this industry,
all the comics. There's been comics coming out for what 100 years now, right?
How
do you stay new and fresh, man? Just me looking at your comics, it's like a hybrid. You know, it has a manga feel with a comic book feel, but it has something that I can't really explain it. I just know it looks dope, and you did an amazing job at just making sure you looked original, man, and brand new. So, like, what went into that mindset when you created Atlas?
Oh man, it took a lot of trials and errors because when I first when I had this idea of Atlas. By the way, I have the book here. I want to show y'all. This is the book I created back in elementary school. So this is Waterman. He didn't have a name back then, and so
man, that's crazy.
As a young boy, I had this idea. I was like, I got to make this water-based superhero, and that was the name of the first thing I came up with, Waterman. And so, yeah. And so with him, just like any kid, you give him the same basic origin story. A guy went into a freak accident. He got superpowers. He's trying to figure out what to do. The same old stuff. And so I've been through a lot of trial and error trying to make it something meaningful, something different, something that people be like, oh my God, I would love to come back with it. And, for so long, it's been, I've been working on this book for 7 years, trying to like make it work, trying to make it so that people will not just only love the book, but they come back for more. And so through a lot of just basically looking at the world today, looking at other people and their like for inspiration, look at the world today. I also studied on, looking at the elements, looking at the classical elements, because a lot of the countries, a lot of the places are, there's some things that that they equate together. So, what makes up their world through religion, through culture, so forth. What they have in common is the classical elements, because each of the elements represents, what they, ensemble. So, water speaks about pureness and life. Fire speaks about, anger and rage and so forth. So each culture, has that importance. It speaks about their culture. It speaks about, what they represent for them and for their race. And so, when I came up with this idea, I said, it would be dope to see a world where the universe was built on these 4 pillars, these 4 powers, with the earth, water, fire, and earth. And so that's when I kind of had like this light bulb idea. I said, you know what? I think I just got a dope series that I think people will grow attached on. And so, so I took that concept and I was like, what if, let's make Atlas essential to this power where he's part of an elemental race. There's this race of people that started in the very beginning. And like the universe had granted them all 4 of these powers. They created their own little race. And then as time goes by, centuries later, the human race is not just the human race. You got people who have inherent powers. Some of them aren't even aware of it. Some of them they might know, or it's been kept from the history books. And so that's what lured me into world building this series, because I wanted to build a universe where As we learn more about Atlas, we get to see on the other side. So not just Atlas' story, but we see what's going on in the other world, because everything that's affecting him is also affecting the world. So from Atlas losing his mother, and from seeing that there's some conspiracy going on with her work life experience. At the same time, the same people that went after her job, they got a war going on, because their history has been rewritten. They've been kind of thrown out, and they're going to overturn the government because they want their land back. And so then you also get into theories like, well, okay, if this race was been a long time, how come we just not heard about it? Why has the government been so secret about it? And then why they're so adamant about eliminating this race? What's so dangerous about these people? And so as these ideas go by, that's when I started, developing the series. So throughout, that's how I got my inspiration to kind of go original, because I was trying to think outside the box. I'm like, we already have this Free Gadsden story. What else is there could I explore on? Because
Right.
It's sad to see that for creators in this type of year in 2026, all the ideas are kind of like thrown out there, but there's always something that you can like, okay, we may have this, but what if we twist it this way? This person may have a Free accident, but what if he didn't? What if the accident was intentional? So you see what I'm saying? So for upcoming creators trying to go some original, that's my approach. I would just try to find something that seemed familiar to people, but kind of twist the story so where it's like, hey, this is something different. I might go behind that, because you know what? We may have seen it a dozen times, but what if it happened that way? What if the ending to this happened in another aspect? And
Right.
so from there, my brain was like, oh my God. So that's what led me into, developing Atlas into where he is right now, where he's just and he's in conflict with both worlds, his own personal world and then the world in his town where they got all this conflict going on. So from there,
All right.
that's when I realized that's dope. I got an original series.
So you got a few comments while you were, explaining all that gloriousness. Shout out to your boy Morgan Iverson, man. He said one of the dopest art styles and the toughest colors of anybody I know. That's a major compliment right there, brother. That's a major compliment. We got the
Oh man.
infamous Paige Alfred in the building, man. Shout out to Paige Alfred.
Hey, what up,
One of the,
Paige?
one of the pillars in the community as well, man. I consider him a master Jedi. He was out here killing it before I,
Hmm.
stepped on the scene, man. So major shout out to Paige Alfred for just being an inspiration. We got Charlie Matthews, man, one of the illest supporters of the indie comic community.
Yes,
Charlie
sir.
Matthews, man. Shout out to him. Snap your fingers for Charlie, y'all. Come on, snap your fingers for Charlie. And then we got my man Ronnie. Ronnie from the DMV. What's good, y'all? I just backed. So you getting backers now, man? How many
Yeah,
backers have you had in the last couple minutes, man? It's been going up.
yeah. My phone's blowing up right now as we speak.
What? Stop playing, man. See, that's why. Listen,
Hold on.
shameless plug, man. If you got a Kickstarter, you got to bring it on to Konkret Approved, because we gonna get you right. We gonna get you right,
Right.
man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But no, bro, that's fire, man. Random question before I go to the next one, right?
Hmm.
Um, the world of Atlas versus the world of Avatar. Who wins?
You talking about the last Airbender or
Yeah, yeah, the
um?
last Airbender.
Okay, I'm gonna say mine, because the Avatar people, they have to be taught the ways of like water bending and fire bending. These people are born with powers, so
Mm,
they're inherently got an advantage. And some of them may be experienced, and I think majority of them in the world they already inherited power. So I'm gonna go with Atlas for this one.
that's fire. I ain't mad at you about that. You know what I'm saying? It was just curious because when you were explaining the elemental world, I said, you know what, that'd be a dope little crossover right there, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
See, see
yeah,
how see how they two go against each other. But that's definitely a dope versus. We got some more comments in here. Hold on, 1 second. Who we got here, man? We got my man Pierre. Who in Indieverse you love to unite the characters permanently? So you mean like who would you like to see, like two universes merge? That's a pretty good question right there. What do you say? I need Odina and Dark Claw. Okay, shout out to Odina getting shameless plugs out here. Shout out to Dark Claw. You know what I mean? What we
So,
got here?
that's right.
Charlie. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, yes. Charlie is one of the greatest out here, man. Make sure y'all go and support that man, Charlie. He out here getting it in. Morgan say if if I wasn't first to back it, I want it investigated before I get mad. Sheesh. I don't know, Morgan. You
I,
gotta look at
I'm
the
gonna get back to you
paperwork,
on.
man.
Yeah, I'm gonna get back on you with that, Morgan. I'll see if you're backing it up on one. Otherwise, you might have to get back. You might have to get back another person who beat you to it.
Pierre said he needs that Watchman and Footpath, man, by Paige Alfred. No, that's fire, Pierre. You
That's
sound like
dope.
a guy that knows your stuff, man. I see you out here throwing out names from the community. That's dope. That's super dope, man. I always appreciate people that are so invested in our universes, man, because our universes are just, you know, they came from our imagination, and now people are diving into our imaginations with us, and that's like an amazing feeling, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So here's my next question for you, man. How do you overcome setbacks?
Setbacks. Sometimes what works for me is that sometimes I would take a break from this project and kind of like let it sit and marinate, you know, in your head. So like with Atlas, the reason why it took me 7 years because there's been a lot of bad burn, there's been a lot of setbacks where I'm like, this is not gonna work, this ain't gonna work. I don't know how this is gonna turn out. And so what worked for me was kind of like give it, just put it down for a bit and kind of like let the ideas flow in my head sometimes. So I'll probably just like, go outside and, drive somewhere or eat a good meal or something like that. Just kind of like get my mind off of things. And it tends to work for me because as I'm out in the world and I'm trying to, do whatever, a lot of ideas just kind of pop in my head and say, oh, would this be dope if this would happen? Or would this be dope if you did like this? And so that's what worked best for me. It's just kind of like give it a break and kind of give it a, come back to it afterwards once you have something, else to kind of like overcome that setback, So I would say stand back time and just let it marinate, and eventually, the idea will get back to you.
No, that's dope, man. That's definitely dope. Has there been any setbacks during your career, your 4 or 5 year career that made you almost call it quits? And how did you overcome that?
Yes, there's been times even in my career where there have been lovely setbacks, and a lot of times what I would do is I would sometimes move on to like another project. Like if this project don't work, let me move on to something else. And so stuff like that. And then like of course when you're dealing with certain people in the industry, of course you gotta like take a breath, take a breath and kind of like reevaluate how to best handle situations. And so you know, that's for me, I tend to like sit back and reflect on, like I always reflect on everything that's transpired. So, okay, this didn't work. Well, how can I make it better? Or, I would just, like I said, I would sit down, I would put it down to the desk, come back later and then kind of reevaluate what happens. And so, and that's been something that's been on my mind kind of like 24/7, a lot of setbacks happen, like I said, in the work area. I would say at the first hours, kind of like uh, you know, it's kind of aggressive. It's kind of like just like it's tough to get past by. But once you find that inner, I guess that inner peace, like you find your way to kind of calm yourself. You find a way to kind of like you know encourage yourself, give yourself some, encouragement, saying, hey, it's going to get better. Things may seem worse at the time, but come back, so forth. It's going to get better. Stuff, things like that, kind of like make me gives me the motivation to kind of like don't give up on this project yet. Just it's going to work out. Just find another way around or turn it around, come back later. So stuff like that, kind of pushes me to, instead of me just giving up right off the spot, it kind of like forces me to find another way, find another loophole so that, I could become a better person or a better creator, so that I can overcome whatever's current obstacle. Because this obstacle is just temporary. It's just there until you find a way to go over that obstacle.
Right.
You're basically hitting that same spot over and over again. So for me, I found myself where I was reevaluating. I said, okay, what I need to do to overcome it. Once I achieved it, bam, I move on and I go to the next one. So
Yeah,
yeah.
that's dope, man. That's super dope. Um, what legacy do you want to leave behind when it's all said and
Um,
done?
when it's all said and done, so for all young creators out there that are watching me and it's the inspiration, never quit your dream. Like I said, I had a whole lot of obstacles by way telling me, hey, this is not the way to go. I shouldn't do this. But if you keep that hope, if you find a way to make that dream a reality, that's the best investment to do it. Because again, if I didn't fulfill my dream when I was back in my teenager years, when I started developing, learning how to draw and so forth, I wouldn't be where I am today. I could be doing another job, so forth. But because I followed along with my passion, I followed along with what I want to do in life. That's what allowed me to kind of open the doors to other opportunities, and for me to kind of like, learn my way around the industry. So for me, I want my legacy to show the people that anything is possible. You're not limited to what you have. If you can find a way to take what you have and start, making that dream a reality, I say it's worth it.
That's fine, man. We got a couple questions in here. Hold on. I had a phone call. Was I first or no? If I wasn't, I'm about to call for a recount. My
And
man
he
went
he is
full blown.
determined to be number one.
My man went full blown Trump on you, man. You know what I'm saying? Demanding a recount is kind of crazy, Morgan. Sheesh.
Oh my gosh.
And then we got Charlie. When are you starting the next chapter of Atlas?
Yes. So the next chapter, which is issues 3 and 4, that's out right now. And with this series, as I mentioned a couple of times, it's a group therapy session, and not just like that's just not like a like traditional group therapy. I mean, these people are battling each other, like they're kicking their butts, and so I originally I had it done for one issue, but I split it into 2 issues because it's just so much action going on. And
Mhm.
if I did it as one page, it'd be like 60 pages total. So that was too much for one issue. But with issue 3, this is when the stakes are incredibly high, and everything that's been set up in issues 1 and 2 is going to be resolved in the next issue, in the next chapter.
That's fire, man. And shout out to everybody that's on IG that's tapped in as well. We got Black Boma, the world famous Black Boma's tapped in, checked out the stream. We got Constant Hustle Comics in here. We got my boy Passion Driven, one of the best dancers in the world, man. And we got everybody here on Facebook also, man, and YouTube. We got Morgan still being a bully in the chat. Yeah, he's still being a bully in the chat, man. A straight tyrant in here. And for those of you that may have just tuned in, we are here talking with the glorious, eclectic Tarik Holmes, man, CEO and founder of TDJ Comics, writer, creator, producer, everything that you could think of, man. He's that guy, and we're here talking about not only his origin, but also he has a book that is out and available now, and the link should be in the bio. If you want to drop the link in the comment section as well. Um, and while we do that, we're actually going to one of our last sections in the show, man, which is my favorite section. And I need everybody in the chat to be a part of this too. We about to jump into the segment called Top Three, where you got to name your top 3 favorites of whatever question I ask you on the spot. You ain't no
Oh
thinking
boy.
about it. It got to be right off the top of the dome, man. Are you ready for top 3?
Yeah. So
Let's get it then, man. So we jumping right into the first one, which should be an easy one for you, man. Should be an easy one. Top 3 anime villains. Let's go.
Okay. Jesus. The flamingo dude in One Piece.
Okay.
Vegeta and Jesus. What's that guy's name? God. I can't remember the name. It's the dude in Jesus from My Hero Academia. The Crushing dude that can like disintegrate anybody from the touch.
You talking about my man Todoroki? No, not Todoroki.
No. Mm-mm.
Shigaraki?
Yeah, that's him. Yes. Yep.
Yeah,
I'm terrible with I'm terrible with anime names.
Next question, man. Top 3 black action stars of all time.
Talking about actors.
Yes.
Okay, so let's say Mike Colton.
Okay, Michael Colton. All right.
Yeah, that's the dude that played Luke Cage.
I mean, Luke Cage with it. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Aaron Pierce. He's about to be John Stewart, and Idris Elba.
Okay. What Idris Elba film? He did good in that Hobbs and Shaw joint. I like that one a lot.
I like that one. There's another one he did. He was in
he played in
Pacific
Dark Power too, didn't he?
Dark Power 2. I was thinking of Pacific Rim.
Pacific Rim. He definitely
he was in there as well.
Love that one. That's fine.
Yeah.
So my third and last question for you, man. Top 3 favorite car or cars in movies.
Okay. Let's do. I like the Broncos. Mustang and
No. I mean specifically like in a movie, like Back to the Future.
Like Back to the Future. Yeah.
Like
Okay.
Vin Diesel's, you know what I mean?
Yes.
His way.
Yes. Okay. Can I include spaceships?
Nope. Only cars.
Just cars. Okay. So okay. I'm trying to find another way to do it. Okay. So, oh man, I love Fast and Furious.
It's some tough car movies out there, man. Hey,
there's a lot of cars.
Please type in your favorite cars, man.
Yeah.
And we got my man Morgan dropped some bangers right here. Wesley Snipes, Michael J. White, and Denzel Washington. Can't go wrong with that list right there, brother.
Yeah.
List.
Yeah, Wesley Snipes is dope too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so cars. Okay, Vin Diesel's car. That's one.
Hey man, it's a list, man. It's a tough list.
I know it's tough, man. Oh my God.
Some would say it's the Turtle van. You know what I'm saying? The A-Team van.
Yeah.
You know, some dope.
Yeah. Ones. It's funny because I never think of it as cars. So, okay.
Rider, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. So let me do this way. So Vin Diesel's car. The Batmobile. I like the.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I like the. It's hard to tell which version I like because there's some of them I like, some of them I don't. And last one. Let's say the one from Back to the Future.
The DeLorean?
Yeah, the DeLorean.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. I love a DeLorean, man. If I could get one, I would, man. For sure. I was looking a couple years ago, and I said, man, I know somebody's selling one like that's beat up that I can restore or something. But
yeah.
But no, thank you for playing top 3, man. That's where I try to put you on the spot. See what
that
you
was
know.
Tough.
See where your mind's at. See if it's worthy. You know what I'm saying? My boy Maddie, one of the biggest concrete supporters in the building, said the 2006 Camaro that was in Bumblebee in the Transformers movie
Yeah, the
That was
Camaro.
one of the ones.
That was
That
so
was
cool.
one of the
Yeah.
ones right there. Yeah,
That's
man.
yeah.
Yeah, man. Who we got?
Hmm.
Who we got? That WRX from Fast and Furious for sure. James Bond
Hmm.
joint in the Daniel Craig's run. Yeah, that was fire. In
Hmm.
the Batmobile and the Dark Knight run. Yeah, the Dark Knight run was
Yeah, yeah,
definitely
the Dark Knight.
me
I love
personally.
them.
I like the one
Yeah.
in the Batman, but the one that Ben Affleck had was crazy too. Like let's not forget Ben
Yeah.
Affleck's whip was fire.
Yeah, see that's what I'm stuck on between the Ben Affleck's version and the Dark Knight's version. The Batman one's
Yeah.
pretty cool, but to me, that's kind of like the starter one. The Ben Affleck one is hard to beat because it's
Ben
it's
Affleck
kind of like
was fire. Like because it was
yeah,
more sleek. It looked like a regular car, but that thing was strong, man. It was
yeah,
a ramming car. Yeah, yeah. I like
but it
Ben Affleck joint was dope. Now the
yeah,
one with the most aura is obviously Michael Keaton's. His had the most aura
yeah,
out of all of them.
yeah, yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm
I
saying?
agree. I
You
agree.
can't deny that. But
Yeah, it's
who we
it's
got?
hard to beat that.
Like I said the Wraith, Knight Rider, and the Batmobile. Michael Keaton for sure had that aura
Hey,
right
Michael
there,
Keaton.
man. Had that aura.
Yeah.
Having the bike hop out, the Batmobile was dope. Yeah, that was that.
Yes.
That could push it over the top right there because that bike
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But no bike beats the Pee Wee Herman bike though. You know what I'm saying? That's the pinnacle of all bikes. If you watch the Pee Wee Herman movie, that's the pinnacle of all bikes. There's no bike greater than the Pee Wee Herman bike.
Oh
Okay,
my goodness.
we gonna stamp that and leave it there. There will never be another bike greater than that one.
I don't know
My
I
man,
know the comments are ready for that.
my man Morgan getting a little crazy though. That Jeepers Creepers truck was definitely something that Vin Diesel would have had to take out, man, because
Yeah.
that thing was moving. That thing was moving. Vin Diesel's probably the only match for that Jeepers Creepers truck, man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
That man was built for car
Don't do
commercials.
this, Morgan. Come on. It ain't it come on, bro. Don't do this. The bike wasn't hitting like that. It was ET. ET
That
was
was
he made
yeah.
the bike move, man. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Pee Wee bike had a mind of its own. It was like a first transformer, man. Stop it. You know what I'm saying? Stop it, man. Yeah, yeah, man. That Pee Wee bike. Y'all know what I'm talking about. He went around the world for that joint, man.
Oh my God.
Pee Wee was killing cats for that bike, man. Yes,
I think
Pee
I
Wee
think
was
my mom
pushing
would agree.
buttons for that bike, man.
I think my mom would agree with you because she watches PR.
Bro,
So,
that Pee Wee Herman bike.
oh
Trust
man.
trust me.
It's
If there's any movie that wanted to make you ride a bike, it was that Pee Wee Herman movie, man. You know what I mean?
yeah.
A lot of
Yeah.
people ain't really come on, Mark. See, he
Oh
doing too much,
man.
man.
Oh
He going
man.
too deep into the cloth now. You know what I'm saying? Like he went beyond uh he went beyond super ultra, man. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, well, I mean, you kind of
Look at
opened it.
him.
You said any car of the show.
Look at him now. He out here in the 70s now with the mystery machine. Come on, Morg.
Oh man.
Morg, I don't know
Oh
when you were
man.
born, but you know what I mean, I need you to relax, all right? I need I need you to relax a little bit, man. All right. Now before we close out, let's lock in, man, on what we came here for, bro, and that is the
Yes,
Kickstarter, bro. So I know you
sir.
got your page up, right? I'm about to give you access to scroll and just feel free to talk,
Yes,
give everybody a tour of the Kickstarter and what you got going on, man.
sir. All right, everybody. This is issue 3 and 4 of Atlas. This is where the stakes, like I said, the stakes are incredibly high. This is a huge project because we're super excited. We're down to 4 issues of Atlas, and so with this story in issue 3 and 4, everybody is up for blood, and so we got my boy here, Keith or Magnitude in the series, who's um, a pain in their butts because he wants to his people been thrown out of the city, of his town, his citizenship. So he wants to bring back the world what it used to be when the elements were on top. So he went to the government and told them, listen, Either you're gonna surrender to us, or we're gonna expose everything that you've done to your people, and we're gonna, drag it out, and we're gonna put you in the ground. So with that, that is issue 3 and 4, and so we have our covers. This is the main connecting cover. So you see, it's literally the main 5 characters. So Atlas, Derek, Gaetano, Princess Amara, and Josiah in the battlefield. That's the main cover, and then of course, for all you fans that love the black and white pages, these are the mega covers. So we have Derek on one side and Gaetano on the other side, and then for all you Street Fighter.
Real quick
Yes.
question. So the dude with the locks name is Derek, right?
Yes.
So is that like, how did, and he has my goatee as well, man. Like, was this a conspiracy or something? Like how?
No, I promise you, he was there. He was there before I met you. So maybe the universe told me to make him look like you, and then kind of give you the resemblance.
I need that shirt right now, man. It would say to me, if his name is Derek, I need that shirt. Because what is going on here? He got my hair and everything. I should
put you in a split, man. I should put you in a split picture between him and you and say it was Derek all along.
Bro, how do you spell the Derek?
Derek. Yep.
The same way and everything? Nobody spells it like that, bro. I need to reach out to my lawyer, man. I got what's going on here.
No, listen, that's your doppelganger. That's your long lost brother.
And what
this is the crazy brother
in your story?
So he's one of the elite members. So he's the villain. So he's this crazy lightning cycle. So he's just on a killing spree.
Yes.
And in this story, he detests Atlas to the core because, like, this dude. Imagine this dude. You're trying to do this, whatever. You're just letting all out and trying to, rob a bank or whatever. You just want to wreak chaos, and then you got this water dude that's just, stopping you at every trap. This dude's like, oh, I'm ticked off. I need to get rid of this man. So this is Derek right there, and so that's his persona. And then of course his friend Josiah, which is over here, that's his partner right there. But these are all members of the elite squad that live underground, and so they literally just rose up and they started wreaking havoc.
So not only did you use my likeness, you made me a killer.
Unintentionally. Like I said, the universe told me. The universe told me. I had I never met this man. Just for the record, on social media, I never met this man prior to creating the series. Crazy, it's just it's a conspiracy. It might be a conspiracy. I'm telling you, the universe just told me this is the character. Call him Derek. He has the break. He has the locks, and make him a psychopath. That's
chat. Chad, I need you to let me know if you believe this man, because that's my signature goatee right there. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been rocking that forever. You know what I'm saying? And he got my eyebrows. He got it all, man. All he need on is a hat right now. That's crazy.
That's all that's missing.
These are some dope characters, man, for sure. What do you say? It's some Kanye level stuff. Yeah, man. It's crazy. That's crazy. I gotta contact my lawyer, man. Like I don't know if this is legal. You know what I'm saying? But no, that's fire. I'm definitely cosplaying him now. I'm a cosplayer. I've never cosplayed, but I'm cosplaying him now.
Hey man, that'd be dope.
Yeah, no, but no, don't let me cut you off, man. Please continue.
No, you're good.
Your spill, bro.
No, it's cool because onto the next cover. This is for all our Street Fighter fans. If you're into Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Tekken, whatever favorite game you got, we got these covers. So we just have the covers C, which is Atlas versus Derek, and then we have cover D, which is Chelsea and Cryogen. These are 2 new characters in the series, and y'all gonna learn more about them in issues 3. I think Chelsea's been introduced already in the last issue, but you get to see her power set because she is a beast. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But you see what she's rocking. I don't know if y'all can see it, but she got a little thing going on. Yeah. So But that's cover C, and then of course we have it as a version. It's going to be a hollow foil, so you have the option to get either the main cover or just get or snag that hollow foil, which is the hollow foils. I would say they look amazing, so I would not be remorse to not get them. So and I'm so glad because leading down to these 2 issues coming up, we have our very first volume 1 trade paperback. So we're putting all the 4 issues. It's over 200 pages. I counted them. It's 200 pages of story.
That's That's a sexy looking book right there, man.
Yeah.
Sexy looking book.
And
I need
and
that.
I
need it signed.
Yeah, and I had to tell my people because this is the OG cover because I think this is the first visual people saw when I announced the series, and people they love it. So I'm like, why not just make it as a cover for the trade? Because so
Yeah, I'm looking for
and
you
so
that you have got other people a little bit nervous now with the doppelgangers. Morgan said, "Let me look at these characters closer, just in case it's a doppelganger of me in there." Shake my head, bro.
we'll get to the characters eventually, Morgan. I promise you, the universe told me to make these characters. I'm promising you. I had no preconception of taking anybody's likeness or try to
with the glasses right there. Minus him right there with the glasses. Kind of got the Morgan face a little bit, man. What's going on here?
Well, Morgan's not bald, so he's not bald.
Like a blend of him and Danny that you just conjured up. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
Because we know Danny got the little struggle beard. You know what I'm saying? He'll be struggling a little bit, but Morgan don't got the struggle. So it's like a perfect blend of both of them, man. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe the universe calling about the Baltimore brothers. That this is.
No, that's fire, man. So you got a trade paperback, 200 pages, man.
Yes,
you
sir.
got a lot of great things on this Kickstarter, bro. And how many days you got until you?
We have. Let me see what it says. 24 days. Wrap this all up.
36 backers and climbing. You're sitting at 1822. That's amazing, bro. You got a lot of days to really knock this out the park, man. And
yes, sir.
I know you're gonna do it because this is a great product. This product is definitely Konkret approved. I personally love it. I have a few of these issues. I got them signed as well too, so that's dope. I even got a Acolyte and Atlas special cover that you made for me when we was in Baltimore, man.
You do, yes.
I mean, I got a cover that no one will ever have. You know what I'm saying? and I might still
one of a kind.
The Absolver one too. I might got to steal the Absolver one from our good brother, Mr.
Oh
Leslie.
yeah,
you know what I'm saying,
Mr. Leslie. You gotta see if he let you borrow that. I don't know if you'll
borrow.
If he's kin to. I don't.
I'm taking it, bro. There's no borrowing here. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking it. Once I see it, it's it's gone, and that's just what it is. He has no choice in the matter.
He might not be happy about that.
Hey, bro, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he know. Hopefully he know how to rumble, man. You know what I'm saying? Teach that boy how to fight, man. You know what I'm saying? Teach that boy how to rumble. You know what I mean? But nah. It's definitely dope, though, man.
Oh, man.
I truly appreciate you being here, being on the show, talking about what you love, man, and what you got going on. Everybody that's on the chat, please like and subscribe on YouTube. We're going to be doing a lot more interviews like this on the YouTube. I'm working on getting some really good guests in here for you guys, not just in the comic book industry, but in the music industry, the film industry, just people in the community doing things. I want you on the show. We got to talk about your origin, talk about what you got going on, and just spread the word of what you're doing. For anybody on here that's watching that does have teach your boy how to squabble, man. For real, teach him how to squabble. But anybody that got a Kickstarter or upcoming Kickstarter that's coming out, I will have a calendar where people can request. If dates get full, you can reach out to me. Maybe we can work something out. You know what I'm saying? And outside of that, man, this has been dope, bro. Any last words for your people?
Yeah, just like he said, got 24 days to go. I want to thank y'all to all my day one supporters, or those that have been with me since day one, since I launched this project in 2023. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all for spreading the word. Thank y'all for helping me get to this far. Like I said, it's 4 years in the making, and I wouldn't be able to get this far if it wasn't for the fans, for all those that enjoy the series. And yeah, so like I said, share the word, spread the word, let people know that Atlas is back, and he's, like I said, he got not one, not two, he got 3 books. So go come and get it before it's gone. So, but I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for all that you do. So thank y'all.
3 books is fire, man. What you say? Each last word to escalate. Oh, yeah, it did. It did. Nah, man, but y'all heard it, man. This has been
Yeah.
Konkret Approved. It's your boy Lonzo Star, CEO and founder of Konkret Comics. Make sure y'all go and follow, like, and share this page, this interview. Make sure y'all go and support our Kickstarter that we got live right now for Solar the Sovereign #1. It's actually issue 0 and issue 1. And issue 0 ain't no mini issue. It's about 20
Oh
pages.
yeah.
It's a
But by the
full
way,
book.
because Solar is working on his comic book, because someone did put it up on social media, me and Solar are getting together on working on a print. So if you guys back both our campaigns, you're going to get exclusive print of Solar, the Sovereign, and you're going to get Atlas in the print as well. So be sure to check out my
Hard.
boy Thad and his project, because it's dope too.
That's hard, man. No, I appreciate that, bro, and I appreciate the shout out for that boy, man. Everybody that's been watching and tuned in, y'all know the vibes, man. Every Tuesday we're gonna be doing a Konkret Approved, but we will have random days like this as well. We're gonna be popping out, especially for Kickstarters. Kickstarters will most likely be Thursdays for when we do those interviews. But y'all know the vibes, man. Charlie, thank you. Morgan, thank you, and everybody that's been tuned in. Keep it concrete, man. For sure.